What is going on, boys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a Brawl Stars tier list for every brawler in Brawl Ball. Let's get straight into it. So first we got 8-Bit, and 8-Bit's good. You can do a lot of damage, but he's super slow and he can't really move around a lot. And that's you kind of have to do that in Brawl Ball. Otherwise, you're gonna just get scored on a lot, and you're not gonna be very useful. So I'm gonna put him towards the bottom of the C tier just because how much damage he does. Next we have Amber, and Amber's S tier in Brawl Ball right now. She's pretty much S tier in every mode. She's actually insane. Her gadget's really good in Brawl Ball. She's just really good right now. Next we have Ash, and I think Ash is actually B tier in Brawl Ball. He can do a lot of damage, and he's a good tank for scoring. Next we have Barley, and Barley's probably D tier in Brawl Ball. There aren't many Brawl Ball maps where throwers are useful, but the ones that are, he can be pretty good on. Next we have B, and B's probably a C tier brawler in Brawl Ball. She can do a lot of damage, but I don't really see her a whole lot, in Brawl Ball. She's alright. I feel like people either are really good with her and play her some, or aren't and just don't play her at all, Next we have Belle, and Belle's probably like a D tier brawler in Brawl Ball. I don't really even see any Belles in Brawl Ball. Occasionally I'll see some Pipers and maybe some Mandys, but Belle you just never see in Brawl Ball. Next we have BB. I think BB's probably a C tier brawler. Maybe low B. Low B. She's pretty good. Her speed is her biggest thing that helps her with the home run bar star power. She's really good with that, and I think she can actually be used in Brawl Ball quite often on certain maps. Next we have Bonnie, and Bonnie is kind of an interesting brawler because she in her tank form is horrible. In her other form she's really good, but she doesn't have a lot of HP, so she's kind of alright in both forms. And honestly, who even uses Bonnie anymore? You know what I mean? Like, I can't remember the last time I've seen a Bonnie in the game, so yeah, I'm not really sure where I should put her, but I think C tier is alright because she's fast and can do a lot of damage outside of her tank form, but when she's in, she's just kind of useless. Next you have Bo. Bo is probably like a B tier brawler in Brawl Ball. He's probably better than these two just because he can do some decent damage actually. But overall, he can use his mines to open up the map a little bit. But other than that, he's just kind of like any other brawler. He can do decent damage, but he's not insane or anything. Next you have Brock, and Brock's probably C tier in Brawl Ball. He's not really used in Brawl Ball a whole lot just because his shots are so slow you can dodge them, but he's good for opening up the map. He really is used as a wall break most of the time, and his shots do decent damage if you can kind of get people in the right place. So next we have Bull, and to me Bull is probably like a C tier brawler, even though he has hypercharge. Actually, he has hypercharge, so he's kind of better than that. He's probably up here. Probably high B. I mean, he's good. His hypercharge is pretty good, but again, it's Bull. He can only be so good, especially for on certain maps. He's not going to be anything crazy on most maps. So next we have Buster. Buster's probably a high B in Brawl Ball. I don't really see him used a whole lot in Brawl Ball, to be honest. I feel like most of the time he's used in other modes, but I just don't see him a whole lot. I don't see him in Brawl Ball a whole lot, and I don't see him in Heist a whole lot. His abilities are good, but they're not as good in Brawl Ball as they are in other modes, I feel like Knockout and stuff. Next we have Buzz, and I feel like Buzz's one decent game mode is actually Brawl Ball because he can stun people and score like that. He can also get pretty much free kills anytime you stun somebody, which is really good for Brawl Ball especially. So yeah, I mean, he's decent in Brawl Ball. He can actually be used on some maps. Next we have Byron, and to me, Byron's like alright in Brawl Ball. Like, he's not really good and he's not really bad per se. I mean, his super's pretty good. His gadget can be used in Brawl Ball for healing, and his other one for doing more damage. But to me, he's not the healer he used to be. He's probably high C just because he has some abilities that are good, but he's just not the brawler he used to be. Next we have Carl, and to me, Carl's probably like a B tier brawler in Brawl Ball. He's probably towards the top though. He can be used in Brawl Ball. He doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but he can get around the map pretty well, and that's definitely useful in Brawl Ball, so yeah, he's pretty good. Next we have Charlie, and Charlie's probably an S tier brawler in Brawl Ball, if I'm being honest. She's actually insane anywhere, anytime. Her super is really good in Brawl Ball. It literally makes it a 3v2 or a 2v3, however you look at it. She's insane. Her spider's also really good. Next we have Chester, and I'm a Chester fan. No one really is getting on the Chester bus with me, and it kind of pisses me off a little bit. However, I will be honest. I think Chester is a C tier brawler in Brawl Ball. I would probably put him right around here. He can do a lot of damage. People don't really realize it yet. I think people will start moving him up in the meta a little bit more. Next we have Chuck, and I don't even really know where to rank Chuck. Like, who even sees a Chuck anymore, honestly, especially in Brawl Ball. So I'm going to stick him in the bottom of D just because I have no idea where to put him. Next we have Colette. I feel like Colette's main mode isn't really Brawl Ball. Like, she's okay in Brawl Ball, but that's not really her mode. I think she's probably a solid B pick in Brawl Ball. She can be used on most maps, but I feel like there's just better options overall. Next we have Colt, and to me, Colt's definitely a good option in Brawl Ball. A lot of it depends on player skill, but overall, he can be a really good option, especially on maps where you need a wall break, but also need somebody to actually play too, so it's not just a wall break. So yeah, he's pretty good. Next we have Daryl, and this is going to shock a lot of you, okay? This is going to piss some people off. I know I'm going to get some comments about it, but I really do think Daryl's an A-tier brawler in Brawl Ball, and let me explain, okay? If you haven't played Daryl recently, I don't want your opinion. If you have, I would love to hear your opinion, because I have played him a lot, and I have him maxed, and he just feels really strong right now, and I cannot tell you why, but when you roll on people, I feel like you get a kill a lot, maybe like 90% of the time for me at least. You gotta make sure you like hit them so they bounce up, but if you don't hit them, then you're kind of screwed. But if you do, you're in a good place, if I'm being honest. Like, he's a very strong brawler. I went 20-1 with him the other day, and I don't go 20-1 a whole lot. Like, that's a really good day for me. I think my max win streak's 20, so like that's a really good day. So I really do think he deserves his A tier placement. Play with him a little bit, see how you like him. So yeah. Next we have Doug, and Doug's definitely an F tier brawler. Doug is horrible, everyone knows it. Next we have Dinah, and Dinah's really strong in Brawl Ball right now. I've been playing him a lot in Brawl Ball recently, and he is very good. He's probably low B, to be honest, but he's very good in Brawl Ball. He's definitely a viable option on a lot of maps. As long as you're not horrible with him, once you start cycling supers, man, you're in business. Next we have Mandy, and to me, and I'm a Mandy main. Like, Mandy's my favorite brawler. She's just F tier in Brawl Ball. I can see some people pull Mandy off in Brawl Ball and maybe put her up to like the C tier, but I think for most everyone, she's an F tier brawler in Brawl Ball. Next we have Piper, and I'd say Piper's probably a C to D, probably D. She can be used on some maps, and she can be alright, but at the end of the day, her defense is horrible. Even with her auto aim gadget, she's still not good with defense because they're only slowed for a little bit, so. Next we have Primo, and Primo can be used in Brawl Ball, but I don't see him a whole lot anymore. Next we have Gray. Gray's not really a Brawl Ball brawler in my opinion. He's probably like top of B, just because his pull is pretty good, and his teleport can be used in Brawl Ball a lot, and it can be used to score cool goals and save shots actually too. But I just don't really see a case for him in Brawl Ball most of the time. Like, if you're gonna play him, you usually play him in Knockout. So. Next we have Janet, and to me, Janet's probably a D tier brawler in Brawl Ball. I don't like her at all. She's not really useful in any mode, in my opinion, but also not really in Brawl Ball either. So next we have Frank, and same sort of story with Frank as it's always been. He just kind of sucks, honestly. I mean, he's just a punching bag. I feel like there are a couple maps where maybe you can sneak in a Frank or something, but like overall, like, he's just horrible. So. Next we have Tick, and to me, Tick is just useless in Brawl Ball most of the time. I just feel like there's so many brawlers that can counter him. He's just, no one really even tries to use him. But when they do, even if they're a good Tick, once you charge up a super from any of these brawlers, they pretty much kill him at 9 times out of 10. So yeah, he's just eh. Next we have Lola, and I think Lola can be used in Brawl Ball. I don't think that's her best mode, to be honest with you, but she can definitely be used there. She's probably above Chester in the C tier. Actually, she's probably top of C tier, just because she's probably better than those two brawlers. But overall, I wouldn't be spending my time playing Lola in Brawl Ball. Next we have Penny. And Penny, I really don't see a whole lot of anymore. I think her best mode is honestly probably Brawl Ball, But even still, I'd probably put her in the C tier, right around there. She's better than these two just because her shots are faster and she can do more damage. That's really it. Next we have Gale, and I actually think Gale's an A tier brawler in Brawl Ball, and let me explain. He's really good at slowing people down and playing the game a lot slower. His range is actually really strong for his attack. Like they go far. Like I don't think people really realize how far they go. His tornado's good for defense, and he can kind of keep people kind of locked in their court or locked in their side, I guess. So he's really strong in Brawl Ball in my opinion. Next we have Crow, and Crow has just lost it in Brawl Ball. I'd probably stick him probably even below Penny, honestly. I don't even see him used a whole lot more in Brawl Ball anymore. He just doesn't do enough damage. And when he does, most of the time he'll trade off kills. So next you have Rosa, and I think Rosa's definitely a high A tier brawler in Brawl Ball. She's actually really strong on most maps, and her super's really, really good. Her hypercharge is also very good. If I were to use a tank in this current meta, I would probably use Rosa, to be completely honest with y'all. Maybe Jackie as well, just because her hypercharge is also good. But on most maps, Rosa can slow the enemies down with her gadget, and then kind of kill them really quick. So yeah, I really like Rosa a lot. Next you have Rico, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put Rico in the S tier because on certain Brawl Ball maps he is very good, because he can lock people in, and he can do so much damage with his basic attack and super in their side. It's just insane on most maps. That's why he's S tier. Next we have Sandy, and Sandy's definitely like an A tier brawler in Brawl Ball. She can do a lot. She can do decent damage. Her stun's very good. Her super is really probably the most useful in Brawl Ball. She's basically kind of seems like she's centered around Brawl Ball. Next we have Jackie, and Jackie's probably like a high B tier for me. She can do a lot of damage when she needs to. She has a lot of health. Her pull can be used to score goals. She's just basically kind of seems like she's made for Brawl Ball. So yeah, she's good. Definitely not the best tank in the game right now, but she can be used in Brawl Ball for sure. She has her place. Next we have Meg, and I don't even really see a whole lot of Megs in Brawl Ball anymore. I just feel like she doesn't really do enough damage to be in Brawl Ball because you have to stop the tanks. She's probably like a lower C tier brawler for me, probably below B right there. Next we have Eve. She's just not a Brawl Ball brawler. Her shots are too slow. She's D tier. Her shots are too slow. When she does get her super, it's not as useful in Brawl Ball because people can kind of just respawn pretty quickly, like 5 seconds, I think. So next we have Grom, and again, I don't really see a whole lot of Grom in any sort of Brawl Ball games. I will say he can be used, if a good Grom plays him, he can be used anywhere. So that's why he's not in the F tier, but most of the time he's just not going to be useful in Brawl Ball. Next we have Nita, and I actually really think Nita's a good brawler in Brawl Ball. I wouldn't quite put her in the S tier, but A tier for sure. Her bear is one of the best things in Brawl Ball, especially in overtime. If she throws that bear down in overtime, you know your goose is cooked. You know what I mean? So she's very versatile. She does decent damage. Her bear is really good. So yeah, she's a good brawler right now, especially in Brawl Ball. Next we have Gene, and to me, Gene's just kind of like an average brawler. I wouldn't play him in Brawl Ball personally. But, you know, whatever. People like him, I don't, so yeah. Next we have Stu, and Stu's definitely an S tier brawler in Brawl Ball. He's really good in Brawl Ball. He always kind of has been. I think he always will be. His dash is one of the best supers in the game. No one can change my mind about that. Next we have Sam, and I think Sam's probably his best meta is probably Brawl Ball, just because of his speed and how much health he has in it. He's very useful. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and throw him in the B tier. Probably above Colt. Next we have Serge, and I do actually think Serge is a B tier brawler in Brawl Ball. I really do think that's his best mode. He can do a lot of damage. His jump is obviously really good. I've been playing him a lot recently, so I'm probably a little biased. However, he is really good in Brawl Ball. Next we have RT, and I usually put RT in the S tier just to prove a point to people, but also because he belongs there. But this time I'm going to put him in the A tier in Brawl Ball just because he's not necessarily built for Brawl Ball, and you can kind of tell. His super is good, but he's just not really built for Brawl Ball. He's more of a knockout or solos brawler, in my opinion. Next we have Lou, and Lou is decent in Brawl Ball. I'd probably put him in the A tier, probably bottom of the A tier. His super is really good. It always has been. He's good. I just don't think he's the brawler he used to be. Next we have Miko. And Miko's his probably worst game mode is honestly Brawl Ball. I don't think he's very good in Brawl Ball. Just because the way the game is played there, he's probably a B. He's probably top of B. He's just you have to jump. So when you're playing defense, you have to jump over the ball to kind of stop the ball. So it's really hard to play defense with him. On offense, he's good, but he's just not really useful on defense. So it's tough. Next we have Kit, and Kit's kind of like a probably lower B. If you get a person one-on-one, you're going to kill them 100% of the time, but the problem is getting them one-on-one in a 3v3 game mode. That's the issue with Kit. And he's viable sometimes, but most of the time you're just going to either trade or get killed. So, yeah. Next we have Poco. And to me, Poco's always been kind of like a C-tier brawler. I mean, he's not really bad. He's not really good. He's just kind of there. He's a decent healer. I don't really see a whole lot of him anymore. Next, we have Leon. Leon's definitely an S-tier brawler in Brawl Ball. One of the best brawlers in Brawl Ball right now, in my opinion. I should probably fix this. He's probably number 1 on this list so far. I'd probably put Stu number 2, Amber 3, Charlie 4, and then Rico 5. He's really good right now. His hypercharge is obviously OP, but his basic attack and basic form is also very good right now. So yeah. Next, we have Spike, and Spike's definitely an S-tier brawler in Brawl Ball. One of the best brawlers in Brawl Ball, in my opinion. He does a lot of damage. He can lane pretty much with anybody and be all right. He's just very good against tanks. Next, you have Larry and Lawrie, again, S-tier in Brawl Ball. I'm not really sure where to put them, probably the top, but they're really good. They're broken right now. I think everyone sort of knows it, so yeah. Next, we have Pearl, and I actually think Pearl's probably a top 3 brawler in Brawl Ball. People don't really realize how good she is. I think Spin has really been pushing it recently, but no one else I haven't really seen a whole lot out of anyone else. But she's really good. I would definitely consider playing with her if you haven't. Her damage fire gadget is really good. And yeah, she just does a lot of damage overall. Next we have Nanny, and Nanny's probably a B tier brawler for me. He's definitely he's definitely a knockout brawler in my opinion. So I don't really see a whole lot of him in Brawl Ball, but he can be a decent wall break, and he can be used on certain maps. Next, you have Griff, and I think Griff's best mode is Brawl Ball. But still, I don't think he gets above the B tier in this, honestly. There's just other people that do his job better than him, and he's just kind of fallen off a lot. Next, we have Cordelius, and obviously he's an S tier brawler. He's probably right around here. He's very good in Brawl Ball. It literally is 2v3s whenever he uses his super. His gadget can confirm kills so well. He's just very good. And there's really not a whole lot people can do when they play him. So next we have Pam. And Pam's alright in Brawl Ball. I don't really think this is her mode, to be honest with you. She's probably like a lower B. Probably above Kit. So yeah. Next we have Sprout. And I actually see a lot of Sprouts in Brawl Ball, but they never really do a whole lot, you know? They'll just be annoying, but they never really like kill you or anything. So I'm going to put her in the D tier. She's better than Eve, but I just don't see a whole lot of her, or a whole lot of like her being useful, you know? So next you have Tara. Tara's probably a B tier brawler in Brawl Ball. She's alright, you know? She can be used. Her super is very good, but there's just, again, brawlers that do her job better than she does. Next, we have Willow, and I actually really like Willow in Brawl Ball. Like, I really like her. Her super is very good for scoring goals, and if you play with her all game and it's a 0-0 game, you just pop that super and you score and win. So, she's very good. So, yeah, next we have Edgar, and Edgar's also really good in Brawl Ball. He's really good in everything right now. His hypercharge is insane. It's insane. So, yeah. Next, we have Hank. And I personally think Hank is a little bit better than people are giving him credit for. And I think Brawl Ball is actually his best mode. I'm just going to go out there and say it. I think he's probably a C tier brawler in Brawl Ball. He's decent. He can be used on certain maps. He can do a lot of damage. I have him under leveled, and I still can do a lot of damage with him in Brawl Ball. So yeah. Next we have Max. And I just don't really see a whole lot of Maxes anymore. I don't really see the use case for her either, to be honest. I mean, why even use a Max nowadays when you can just use other brawlers that are fast, like a BB? Even still, in my opinion, better than Max. Next we have Fang, and Fang's definitely an S tier brawler in Brawl Ball. He's probably right here. Yeah, he's probably above Leon. He's really good in Brawl Ball. He's probably one of his better modes. He can spin and take the ball from Brawlers. He's very good. He's really good. Everyone kind of knows at this point. Next we have Otis, and Otis is probably an A-tier brawler in Brawl Ball. His mute is really good in Brawl Ball. He can do decent damage, as well as he's got a decent amount of health for his build. Next we have Mortis, and okay, for me, Mortis is probably an A-tier brawler in Brawl Ball. For the average player, he's probably a C-tier, so I'm gonna stick him in the middle of B-tier just to kind of make everybody happy, because I think he's a whole lot better than people are giving him credit for. You get a chain. If you super and hit 2 people, you pretty much get both those skills every single time. Like, he's very good. You just got to be able to know how to play him, really. Next, we have Maisie, and then Maisie's probably one of the best brawlers in the game. Also, probably one of the best brawlers in Brawl Ball. I honestly think she's better than Larry and Lawrie in Brawl Ball right now. So yeah. Next, we have Shelly. And Shelly has a place in Brawl Ball. I probably think she's an A tier. Probably bottom, honestly. But her clay pigeons can, charge her super for her. And when she gets super, she can be a good wall break. And on some maps, she's actually very useful. And it's hard to score on a Shelly just because she can do a lot of damage. So yeah. Next, we have Squeak. And Squeak's good in Brawl Ball. He's good at controlling areas. I just don't think he's the brawler he used to be. I'd probably put him right here in the B tier. Next, we have Ems, and Ems is good in Brawl Ball. Her gadget can be used to stop brawlers from scoring. The problem is that everyone charges you in Brawl Ball, and she's just not good against brawlers that charge her, but she can still do decent damage, so yeah, she's a B tier. Next, we have Gus, and to me, Gus is just a D tier brawler. He's just not good right now. I don't really know how else to say it. I just feel like he's been not good for so long. He hasn't been good since, like, the World Championship of, like, I don't even know when it was. Maybe last year? I can't even remember, honestly. But he just hasn't been good for a while, and people still play him. And it's like, bro, he's just not good. Next, we have Jessie, and Jessie's just kind of like a B to C. I mean, she's not anything special. She can be used, but she's not anything crazy. Mr. P's probably like a C tier. He's not good against brawlers that come towards him, and that's all brawlers do in Wipeout. Or not Wipeout, in Brawl Ball. Next, you have Ruffs, and again, Ruffs can help his teammates. That's really all he's good for. I'd probably put him towards the top of the B tier, just because when he powers up his teammates can be pretty strong. So yeah, I'm actually going to go ahead and move Chuck down to the F tier as well, just because I think he belongs there. So yeah, this is the tier list. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more content like this, and you watched this far in the video, please drop a like. I literally have never asked for anyone to drop a like on any of my videos before. So yeah, consider yourself, I guess, special. Anyway, peace out, homies.